Good evening, my name is Sandra, my channel is called Sussex Sandra, and welcome. How are we all doing? Are we all doing alright? Yeah? You sure? Alright, that's good. Okay, so I'm here to tell you how I'm getting on with my Mounjaro journey. So I have finished my end of week 3 on 2.5 milligrams of the Mounjaro. I'm using the Mounjaro quickie pen. I get it from MEDEXPRESS. Right, I've got notes in front of me today, so I'm hopefully going to not be all over the place so much, but I'm sure I'll end up rambling at some point. Let me just unlock my phone because it just locked. Right, so okay, how are we getting on? So the first thing you'll want to know, really, won't you, is to know that I am down a weight again. Again, I'm only down 1 pound. So in total, I've lost 6 pounds in my first 3 weeks of being on Mounjaro. It is slow. It is slow, and I have to keep reminding myself, slow and steady wins the race, you know. And it's also better to lose weight slowly because you won't have the issue with the muscle loss and the loose saggy skin. But it's still that thing where I still feel a bit disappointed because I am so heavy. I keep thinking that no, the first few weeks I was going to be hitting 6 pounds, 7 pounds initially, and then it would slow down to the 1 to 2 pounds a week. But I'm not complaining. It is, I'm still going downwards. It's all working. So I'm down 6 pounds now in total. And my BMI is 40. When I started the Mounjaro, my BMI was 40 point... Was it 40 point? Yeah, 40.9. So I'm on 40, and I'm really looking forward to having a BMI starting 30 something. So that's a mini goal for me. So hopefully next week I will hit that mini goal of having a BMI starting 30. Challenges this week, how have I got on? Challenges, I'm still not drinking enough. I'm not drinking nowhere near enough water. So what I started doing today is, I don't like drinking plain water. I just find it too boring. So I drink Volvic, sugar-free. I've got loads of these. I bought loads of these. These are 1.5 litres. So what I'll do, I'll either pour it into a glass which will hold about 15 fluid ounces, or I will drink straight from the bottle. And what I just tend to do is just drink straight from the bottle. It's just much easier for me. So what I'm doing at the moment is, I literally started this today. I've set an alarm. So every hour and a half, I must take 10 gulps from this. 10 gulps I've worked out is about 8 fluid ounces. So if I have at least 10 glasses or 10 8 fluid ounces, I'm drinking enough water to help me on my weight loss journey. Because one thing that is key and is essential, and I've known this for years, and they say a lot in the leaflets and information about Mounjaro, is that you need to keep hydrated. You've got to drink plenty of fluids, not alcohol, fluids. So not sugary sodas and all that sort of thing, sort of fluids. So tea, yes, fine, because it's mainly water drinks that are mainly water rather than other things. So like this is 99.8%. So this is 99.8% or something like that, spring water. So this is okay, and this is something that counts because I did double check. So you know, you've got to be drinking water. So I want to be going through, this is my second bottle I'm going through today, so we're getting there. Oh god, I've got hiccups now. We're getting there. This is my second bottle today, so I know I will, if I finish the end of this today, we're finishing this bottle, then I know I've definitely had 3 litres of water, so that hopefully will work. So I've got to do that, and drinking water is one way of making sure that you don't have constipation, which is the bane of everybody that is on any of these weight loss injection products. Constipation is horrible. After that first week and that day I had of it, I don't want to go through that again. And I know I was close because this morning I kind of struggled to have my bowel movement, and I said no more of this. Let me get this water thing sorted out. So I'll report next week to let you know how I get on, and hopefully it's going to reflect in the scales as well. So that's that. My sweet cravings came back again like crazy, and then my period started. You'd think being 56 I wouldn't have to worry about periods anymore, but I'm in that perimenopausal stage, so my periods aren't every month anymore, which is good. And I actually thought that I was going to be on my way out finally, but because I haven't had a period for about 3 months now. Yeah, then it came back this week. So sweet cravings on, oh, when was it Wednesday? It was about Wednesday. So I ended up finishing that bag of humbugs I bought last week from Aldi. So I finished those off, and then my period started the next day. So I'm still on it. I'm still getting a few stomach cramps. So that could also be an effect of my slower weight loss, not hitting the £2 weight loss, because I know when I'm on my period I do retain water badly, so that could be a factor. But again, I will know definitely next week when I do my weigh-in. So yeah, still having the cravings. The appetite suppressant side of it this week has been really good. I haven't had any issues of feeling hungry at all. It's actually worked really well for me this week, so that's good. So 2.5 milligrams has worked really well. When I'm doing my jabs, so I do my jabs on a Thursday night. And I'm rotating it, so I'm not doing the arms at all now. I've skipped that out, because if you're going to do the arms, it's got to be under here in the fatty area, the back wing area of it. So I'm not doing that, it's too difficult. So I rotate around, so I've got it all in my calendars what I'll be doing each week, and the apps I've got as well tell me what to do each week as well. So I think on Thursday I did it on my left stomach. Next week will be on my left thigh, then I'll go across to my right thigh, right stomach, and I'll go back round again. So that's how I'm doing. I'm just going to be rotating it around. And I think the main reason they say to do that is that you don't keep using the same injection spot, because it might become sensitive, you might get an infection, you might become allergic to it. So all these different reasons. So they say just keep rotating it, so no particular area will get oversensitized, I think is the phrase they used for an inspection spot, which is fair enough. I inject every week another drug called methotrexate, which helps control my rheumatoid arthritis, and I do that on a rotation as well. So thighs and stomach. So I'm doing the same system for my injection. So yeah, I'm familiar with injecting myself with the product. So that's that. What was there? One thing I've realised is that I'm really appreciating the taste of food more now, and I'm really enjoying my cooking. I don't know if it's affecting my taste buds or anything like that, but when I cook a meal now and I eat it, I'm really enjoying my meals. So, common meals for me will be always very much vegetable based. I still don't think I'm eating enough protein. Actually, I know I'm not eating enough protein, because on the apps I use, they sort of tell you how much protein you should be eating each day, and I'm never at my protein. I tend to go over in my carbs, so I'm still eating too much carbs. It's fats, carbs and protein. They're the three main areas they kind of measure on the nutritional bit. My fats, I get close to my max, so I tend to be all right on my fats, over on my carbs, and I'm under on my protein. So I really need to up my protein a lot more as well. So if I give an example of the kind of meal what I've eaten today. So this morning, breakfast, I had a whole wheat bagel, so I toasted that, spread butter on it, and scrambled eggs. So two scrambled eggs, and I just use like normal sunflower oil, or I've got spray oils. This morning was just normal oil. Put some of that in the pan, some onions, seasoning, my scrambled eggs, put a little bit of ham in there as well, and that was, for me, it was a lovely breakfast. So that's just kept me full. I haven't felt hungry all day, so I had that about 9 this morning. Time now it's all 8 o'clock in the evening, and I still haven't eaten my dinner yet, because I'm not hungry, but I know what I will eat after I've finished filming I'll go and eat some dinner because I've got to eat at some point. But I haven't been hungry at all. All I've just been doing is drinking. My dinner, I haven't had lunch because didn't want any lunch. So my dinner is, I made couscous. So you can get these frozen bags of Mediterranean vegetables. I get the ones from Ocado. Put that in my big Dutch pot, fry that up. Then I added sort of my seasonings and stuff. Then I added fish, so sort of white fish. So I'm using hake. Cut that up, season my hake and put it in, mix it all up, cook that in. And then I added couscous, so I poured the couscous in, sort of mixed it all in just to get the flavours mixed in. Then added my vegetable stock cube, from Knorr, the little stock pots, the ones we get in DEGUSTABOX. So put one of those in about 800 mils of water, poured that in the Dutch pot with the couscous, and yeah, and just left it there just to finish, and that's my dinner. And that's like a really healthy dinner, under 500 calories. I haven't eaten my calorie max at all today. My calories total it's still in the 1900. I think it's 1913 calories. I'll put a picture up on the screen of sort of the app I'm using, and yeah, so I'm nowhere near hitting my maximum in my calories which I should be eating to get to 1 to 2 pound loss each day. So I'm definitely in calorie deficit. No issues there at all. I literally think it is just because I'm not drinking enough water. The one day I did get very close to hitting my calorie target was yesterday. Yesterday I felt like a treat. I didn't want to cook, so I ordered Nando's online, so I got that delivered. So I had they do this 10 box of wings. So I had the box of 10 wings. I had the spicy rice and the corn. Ate those. I ate 8 of the wings. I couldn't eat any more after that, so I still got the 2 wings left in the fridge, which I'm probably going to finish off in the air fryer because I think they could have cooked it a bit better. The skin was a little bit flabby, but the taste was there. I wanted chicken and I ate it. So that was, I think that meal was about 700, nearly 800 calories. It was a lot, that meal. So that's like the largest calorie meal I've had in ages. So yesterday my calorie total was about 1700. So that's like the highest I've had in ages. And I was so stuffed at the end of it. I fell asleep afterwards. So you know how full I was from that. So that's not something I'm going to be doing too often. It was just a treat. I fancied something different and I did that. Next Sunday is Mothering Sunday, so we're all going out for a meal and it's going to be a Thai meal. I don't even think I'm going to bother with calories for that day. I'm just going to eat, enjoy, eat what I can until I'm full. I don't want to be uncomfortable, but I'm going to eat what I can, try to be mindful of what I'm eating so I'm not sick the next day, but I'm not going to worry about calories next Sunday. It's Mothering Sunday. I'm not going to worry about it. And I've got enough time to work it off the rest of the week, if you know what I mean. So food-wise, I'm doing all right. Yeah, food-wise, I'm doing all right. It's just my water intake is still not great. Movement-wise, exercise, I still haven't got round to doing that yet. I need to work on that, but let me focus on the water first, one thing at a time, and then I'm going to look at the exercise side of things, because again, I don't want any issues of loose saggy skin at the end of it, because I am going to be losing this weight, so, and I don't want any issues of that saggy skin nonsense at all. None of that. What's the other thing that's happened this week? MEDEXPRESS emailed me yesterday, so that's Friday, to say that they've contacted my GP, because they do let your GP know that you're on the drug and everything, and they've requested a summary of my healthcare. Because I listed all the medications and stuff that I'm on, I think they just wanted confirmation from my GP. My GP didn't respond, so they've asked me to request from my GP a summary of the healthcare and to send it to them. Or they said I could go onto the NHS app if I'm registered, and I can just screenshot particular bits of information that they wanted. So that's what I did, because I am on that NHS app. Never use it. I only use it when I I think the last time I used it was when I went to get my knee scanned, because I was having lots of problems with my knee. It was hurting and I was limping for quite a bit, and had went to the clinic to get the knee scan, and it came back that I've got osteoarthritis in both my knees. There was no surprise there. I knew that already. So yeah, so that was that. So osteoarthritis in ankles, knees, and hips. Yeah, great. Falling apart, falling apart. So this is all part of the reasons why I wanted to lose this weight, because all of those things does not help when you're heavy. So so I looked on the app and it was interesting going through it all. So I did my screenshots of all the medications, so did that. And one of the things I've sort of screenshots of any communications, letters or anything that have been put on file so in the last year, so I screenshotted those and put those through. And one of the things that kind of made me sort of like, gosh, I've actually done all right in this last year. This time last year, so March last year, I went off work on sick leave, basically stress leave, because I was having a lot of issues where I was working before, and I went off on leave. And on that sort of referral, there was lots of communications there. So cause they did my weight, did my blood pressure, and that's when they sort of did the referral for me to go to the hospital to check my heart, did, you know, all of that, because I was having issues with my heart. Do you remember all that? And that resulted in finding out that I've got an issue with one of my valves in my heart not closing properly, so that kind of didn't help with the blood pressure situation. My blood pressure back last March was crazy. I mean, it was crazy. It was something like 195 over 101. Yeah, it was heart attack, scary. So I was off on stress leave for a good couple of months then. And that kind of led to the process of me actually leaving the job where I'm at, because it just wasn't good for me. It was just too much. But not going into that, because that was just period. So so yeah, so my blood pressure was really high. My weight was, I was nearly 21 stones. I can't believe it. I was nearly 21 stones. So now I'm 18 stone 12. So I've lost nearly 2 stones in the last year, which is a good thing. But it just shows where I was last year compared to where I am now. So it was good for me to look back and see that. I also saw the letter that was sent, the referral for me to go to the weight management course. So I ended up doing that, remember? So I did this 12-week, 3-month weight management course back in November. I think it was November. Yeah, it started in November, went through Christmas period and came back and did that. And that's when I thought at the end of it I'd be referred to be put on this injection thing, and I wasn't. So that's when I made a decision, right, to do that. So I saw that letter and it had all my information, all my blood pressure. My BMI then was something like, I can't remember, it was like 42, 43. Had my weight, which was like 126 kilos. Is that right? 126 kilos, I think it was. It wasn't great. And I was looking at all that, sort of thinking, flipping heck, not good. So I'm glad I'm on this journey now, because it can only get better, and it is getting better. Each week it's getting better. So even though it's only a £1 loss, it's all in the right direction. It's not getting worse, it's always getting better. So for me, that's what I have to keep reminding myself. So that's good. Have I had any side effects this week? So apart from the sweet cravings, which is I think just due to my period coming on, the other thing I've been getting is freezing cold. I kind of mentioned it a little bit last week. I think I didn't mention it in the video, but I put it in my edit. I wrote it on the screen. I have these moments when I am freezing cold, and I mean cold to the core, and I can only put it down to the Mounjaro. And again, looking on the subreddit sites, because I always like to read what other people are saying, we're on a journey, it's a very common thing when people are feeling really cold, and I don't know why. I haven't seen an explanation for that, but it is a common side effect when you do feel freezing cold. For me, it tends to happen in the evening when I just get really cold. So I just put on my big fluffy dressing gown. My sister bought me this big fluffy thing for Christmas. I put that on and just wrap up and just get under the duvets, and I just kind of warm up that way. When I say cold, I mean cold. cold. And it's like, you know, I have to check with my daughter to see, oh, is it just me? And she goes, no, it's not cold, Mum, it's you. It's like, right, okay. I mean, cold, cold, cold. Doesn't last for ages, but for me, it hasn't been lasting for ages. It's just been for a couple of hours, and once I warm up, I'm all right. Because I'm usually in bed by that point anyway, so I'm usually all right. So those are the only side effects really: lack of water, nearly constipation, sweet cravings, and the feeling of cold that occurs from time to time. So talked about my sort of reflections and stuff. What else is there? Yeah, I think that's it really. So for me, for this next week, I am going to be focusing on my water intake. That's really what I need to be focusing on. And I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep being mindful of what I'm eating. I do move around a bit for my work, so I'm not too worried about that. And I'll worry about my steps next week once I've got this water thing under control, and I'll think about my exercise and stuff then. I've signed into another app. There's so many apps out there, so I record my injections and my weight progress on the site, the app called Shotzi. So that's S Sierra, H Hotel, O Oscar, T Tango, S Sierra, Y Yankee. So Shotzi. So that's a good site just to put in your injections each week and just to put in your weights and that sort of thing. And I'm using 2 apps for sort of my weight and my food and everything else, just to keep me motivated. So the Better Me is the one I'm using for sort of exercises and stuff, but because I haven't really started the exercises as such, not being used so much, but I can put in my food and everything on that app. And the other app I've signed in for and I'm actually paid for is one called Lose It. So it's like an orange scale app, so you'll see it on the App Store on your phones, and I'm using that so I can put in things like the notes, which I'm sort of referring to now. I can put in my weight, I can put in everything on that, so that's actually a good app, and I've signed in for that so permanently, because this is something I think is going to be a lifetime thing for me. So I've just signed into that as a permanent member. So that's that, and that's how I'm managing it. So far it's all good. I'm not suffering. It's all good. I had a message from my mum. She was like, "Oh, make sure you got to be careful," because again, like my mother, a lot of people sort of think, "Oh, you take these injections and it's harmful, it's dangerous, and it's this, that, and the other," and they don't seem to quite realise that the fact that you are making an effort to do something about your weight, it's not cheating. Because, you know, people say, "Oh, why can't you just cut out the calories and do exercise more and do this?" If we could have done that, don't you think we would have done it already? So, you know, so my mum's kind of like saying, "Oh, be careful," because she's hearing horror stories, which are all just made up. It's all rubbish. Some people have had issues with it, and I think somebody has died in the UK from taking, I'm not sure if it's Mounjaro or Wegovy or something like that, but the person who died, it was a woman. She had other comorbidities, so there was other issues going on as well. And I think there was another person who had, I'm not sure if they died or something else has happened, but the reason behind it was that they weren't taking a legitimate product. They weren't taking the Mounjaro product. They were getting their product from some backstreet person, mate at a pub, some weird person at the beauty salon. Who knows what they're doing? The actual product is from a brand called Eli Lilly. That's on the box. That's the only supplier of Mounjaro in the UK. So if your product is not from them and you're not getting your pen and stuff in the original box, there is no way I would touch it. Not at all. So I'm still with MedExpress. I'm going to stay with them. I know the price goes up, you know, each time I go up a dosage, but I'd rather just stay with a brand that they're looking after me, and I can see they are sort of doing things. They email me, they give messages, they send advice, guidance, all sorts of things to do as well. I'm more than happy with that, so I'm just going to stay with them. Next week I should be going up to the dose 5 of the dose yeah, it should be my 5th week, and it should be me going up to the 5 milligrams. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try that the golden 5th dose thing. Have you all heard of that, the golden 5th dose? So within the pen, I should show it to you, shouldn't I? I could show it to you actually, but I can't be bothered to get up. But there is a golden 5th dose that you can do from your pen. So there is, you're supposed to take 4 dosages from your pen, but there's still enough in there to take another dosage if you want to. And that's, to me, it's just getting the most out of your pen. If you're paying sort of £100 plus for a product, you want to get as much of the product from it as possible. So there are various ways that you can get that golden 5th dose. You can, in effect, break the quickie pen. So you kind of like force it and you spin it, and then you can get your 5th dose out of that. That 5th dose will be more than the 2.5 milligrams. I think it is, if you take the whole thing, it's about 3.7. Can't remember the exact dosage, but it's more. It's about 3.7 milligrams. So you can do it that way, or you can do it the way how I'm going to do it. I just bought a pack of 20 insulin injection pens, and you can use the insulin injection pen to take out that final dose out of the pen. So you just put the dose, the needle into the red bit in the quickie pen, and you slowly, I mean slowly, withdraw the liquid so you're not getting any air bubbles, and then you can inject that in. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing that, which is a 3.5 dosage. And the reason why I'm going to do that, so it's titrating up, so I'm not going straight from 2.5 to 5 milligrams, is because I hear from nearly everybody, not everybody, but I suppose what it is that the people who have issues, who've had problems, they're the ones who post. Everyone who's had no problems at all, they don't post. That's how it goes, isn't it? People tend to post when they're looking for something, or they want to post something like, oh, I had this, and they post it. I'm sure sort of 90% of people have no issues when they go up to the 5 milligrams. But just to make sure, I want to get my final dosage out of my pen. So it's 3.7. And hopefully I'm not going to have any severe side effects as I titrate up. So I'm going to be on 2.5, so I just did my last 2.5. Thursday I'm going to be doing that 3.7, that golden 5th dose, and then week 6 I'll be going on to my 5 milligram pen, and that's how I'm going to be going up. And from what I understand, the 5 milligrams is the treatment dose, so that's the one where people are going to really see the maximum appetite suppressant, and they start seeing some good weight loss. You know, if they're not having any weight loss, that's when they're going to start seeing it. But we'll see, because everybody's different. But that's how I'm going to be progressing going forward. I'm always going to try and get that magic dose out of my pen. So yeah, that 5th dose out of my pen. And that's it. That's my update so far. So £1 down, £6 in total. Haven't quite hit the 7 stone yet, but hopefully next week I will have. And hopefully next week as well I'll be in my BMI 30 something as well. So, but everything so far is going well. Not suffering, I'm not struggling, because I can tell you now, if I was on Slimming World or Weight Watchers, I would be struggling by now, and I'd be already thinking about coming off and giving up, because I would have given up so much and I would have been struggling so much. This way I'm not struggling at all, so because my appetite is suppressed, so I can make good choices in the food that I'm eating. So, and that's the whole idea really, isn't it? It's about educating ourselves and making sure we're making good nutritional choices, and we can work on good habits for a better lifestyle. So I think personally, great. I know I'm in my week 4, but so far I'm just so grateful that this is available for me to do. So I'm really happy so far on how things are going. It's a little bit slower than I expected, but I don't care. It's all going downwards. So for me, that's a thumbs up. Alright, for those of you who are on this journey as well, please let me know. It's so great reading all your comments. Like last week, so many comments I got last week. So I'll try to respond to anything as much as possible, and I'll engage in the conversation. But yeah, so far guys, it's all going well. So keep it up, and I hope your journey is going well too if you're doing this as well. Let's support each other on this, yeah, because this is going to be a long journey for me. This is no quick fix. I've got a long way to go, so I'll be doing this for a while, and as soon as I start doing exercise properly, I will definitely let you know. But I'm going to be engaging you each week anyway. This is literally a video diary of my journey. So yeah, there we go, guys. All right, hope you're all doing well. Look after yourselves, be kind to yourselves, take care. I will see you soon. All right, bye.